Hey guys! I'm gonna give it back here from that video, guys. Welcome back to episode of my Madden versus series. And I knew eventually we'd get to the stadium. And listen, this is Madden 19 versus Madden 25. See how much things have changed in the last 6 years. And today we got the Washington Commanders Stadium. But 6 years ago, wasn't really known as the Washington Commanders Stadium. Obviously, they're trying to bring the name back of this old team, but listen, it is what it is, right? It is the old stadium and the old naming of it, and yeah, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to say the naming because I think YouTube Terms of Service would not let me say the naming. But at the end of the day, that's the name of the NFL team that was here. So, just like Madden 22, there are working cars. Why is everyone driving so slow? Bro, why is this guy so slow? Okay. Interesting. It's not a void stadium. There is an outside, which is a huge W for Madden 19 standards. When we go outside, obviously, we go right to the parking lot. And apparently everyone drives slow, which if you're from the DMV, you know dang straight that's usually not the case. Now, this stadium is not in DC. They're trying to actually move it to DC. The legislative, whatever, they're trying to move this stadium to DC. But currently it's not in DC. It's in Landover, Maryland, whatever. So it's in Maryland, it's not in DC, but they're trying to move it to DC, right? They're trying to get that DC stuff, but they're currently fighting it because they don't want to move it to DC. Washington, or I guess Landover, Maryland, doesn't want to move this stadium to DC. DC wants the team because they want the money, the money of having an NFL team, tourism, whatever. Yeah. So they're fighting that forever, not going to happen. But again, this is technically Washington, but it's not technically in Washington. On the outside of the stadium, we do have spark plugs. I don't know why I couldn't read that first word for a second. Yep. Got some sponsors. Now, there is EA Sports logos everywhere like there was back in the old, like back in Madden 22. So the sponsors are literally everywhere, EA Sports wise, which again, I don't think they had a sponsor. That's why it was EA Sports, but got FedEx Field. We got the Washington R's there. Again, I'm not going to say it for terms of service point of view, but again, like I said, I don't know what the whole rundown is with terms of service / what you can and can't say on this name. I just know that some people get offended when you say the name of it, so I'm going to just keep it as it is. But, yeah, so we got ourselves, again, a very beautiful outside the stadium, not much going on. This is a interesting stadium because this is still the stadium running under Dan Snyder, which obviously was not a good owner, let's be honest. So, yeah, it was a mess with him. And this stadium was not the greatest stadium. You had poop going on people and fans, pipe bursting. It's especially back in 2019. It's even worse back then. Outside of that, though, we do have the rest of the map, and the rest of the map isn't really too crazy big. Again, it is Landover, Maryland. There isn't much going on outside of the Washington Commanders Stadium. Again, that's why I think another reason why they also want to bring it to DC, because there's more things to do. You can get more tourism, you get more money for the area. So, it's just all money-based systems here, but at the end of the day, it's very important to have your stadium. Like, for example, I'm a Bengals fan. We got Paycor Stadium. They've been talking about moving it. Building a new stadium, moving the Bengals, all this kind of stuff. And you just never want that to happen, right? So, obviously, the Commanders have new ownership. So, we'll see how they work out that. But at this moment in time, I could see them eventually building a new stadium. I think what they're going to do is a massive renovation to their stadium. And that's probably what they're going to end up doing. But they could also build a new stadium. They could also, though, tear down their current stadium, build a new one, and go play somewhere else for a little bit of time until the new stadium gets built. So that's also a possibility that they could do. Again, there's always different possibilities in the NFL. But we are going to go over to Madden 25 now and see how much this has changed over the last 6 years. And I promise you one thing, this will be the most change you have seen in a video. And Madden NFL 25, the Washington Commanders. So, yeah, something has changed. 100%. And it might be the fact of the whole entire naming system of the team. It's less offensive to people. But again, I find it funny because they are going to eventually probably bring back the Washington Red Dogs. They're going to eventually bring that back. And everyone who was upset is just going to have to accept it. I mean, like, they've been trying for, what, 5-6 years now to bring that back. And I think eventually they will. I feel like eventually they will. But, you know, it will be in the future. And yeah, people are going to be upset about it. But that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. This is your little sweet thing. You have a picture of chairs because we can actually give you chairs. So that's a fun fact. Let's look at the outside though. So the outside of the stadium, it's in the game. Again, it's very much EA Sports based logo system. We do have the D right there. We have all tickets Commanders. Nice. Gigantic EA logo. We have Super Bowl champs 1982 and 1991. Nice. Shout out to them. I kind of always forget about that, but I don't. Yeah, they have won 2 Super Bowls. That's why, again, I wouldn't mind this team. If the Bengals don't make it, which obviously I would love for my team to make it, but if the Bengals don't make it, I would not mind the Commanders winning it. That would be dope. I know I probably just pissed off all the Eagles fans and Cowboys fans in my comic section. But again, I would not mind the Eagles or Commanders fans. I mean, sorry, I wouldn't mind the Commanders winning it. I don't want the Eagles to win it. Cowboys can't make it, so they can't win it. By the way, this is the same as 19. The up here, there's nothing really too different, so I didn't look too much at that. But it's very much the same right there on 19 as it is on here. But again, like I said, you know, listen, I'm all for the Commanders winning it, but Eagles, man, we can't take another Super Bowl. We already had you guys in it, okay? You guys won it. Congratulations. You beat Tom Brady. You did it with Big Dick Nick, okay? You did it. Whatever. We can't afford it again. As a football fan base, we can't do it. So it says Hall of Fame store. So it used to say the actual team name there. Doesn't anymore. Oh, just straight up, huh? Just straight booty, butthole naked out there. Just has the team name and everything. Well, the old team name. I guess, did they not take that down? Or did EA Sports add that in as a little extra present? I am not sure. I love how all the flags just red. They're just red. Okay, yeah. No. Yeah, they're just red. They did not even think about it. They're like, you know what? We're not going to mess with it. We're just going to keep it red. Which, again, if there's any, you know, Commanders fans on the dev team, I'm sure, again, there's a lot of Commanders fans out there, I'm not kidding, that really want to keep the old name. And they fight for it. So I wouldn't be surprised in a video game like EA here if they kind of just left a little bit of homage in there for the old team. Potentially. I wish EA would put Easter eggs in their stadiums, like in little areas. I know obviously nobody's going to be able to no-clip outside their stadium, don't get me wrong. But I would still love to see, like, maybe for, like, inside the stadium where you can see, like, little Easter eggs. That'd be cool. Like, for the Rams stadium, maybe put, like, a little Easter egg of, like, the Eric Dickerson card from Madden 21 or something, you know? Mutt 21, how OP he was. Just like little details. That would be, again, a little dope, but at the same time, it's also a company we've been asking for 20 years to fix gameplay. And it hasn't even been 20 years, but still. Anyway, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.